You see, silence is not weakness, it's not passivity or avoidance or repression. On the contrary, silence is a sign of great strength, restraint, and self-control. Has anyone ever told you that sometimes the best thing you can say is nothing at all? It may seem counterintuitive in a world that values self-expression and speaking your mind. But I've discovered that there are certain situations in life where silence truly is golden. You see, words are incredibly powerful. They have the ability to heal or to hurt, to inspire or to discourage, to clarify or to confuse. And once they leave our lips, we can never take them back. That's why it's so important to choose our words carefully and to know when it's best to stay silent. Through my own life experiences and observations, I've identified 5 key situations where holding your tongue and embracing silence can be the wisest course of action. These are the moments when saying less says more. The times when keeping quiet can speak volumes about your character, your wisdom, and your emotional intelligence. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but I'm an honest person. I believe in speaking my truth and letting others know exactly how I feel, and I absolutely respect that. Honesty and authenticity are admirable qualities, and there's certainly a time and a place for expressing yourself openly and directly. But here's the thing, there's a difference between honesty and reactivity, between assertiveness and aggression, between standing up for yourself and causing unnecessary harm to others or to yourself. And that's where the power of silence comes in. You see, silence is not weakness, it's not passivity or avoidance or repression. On the contrary, silence is a sign of great strength, restraint, and self-control. It's a way of responding rather than reacting, of taking a step back and considering the bigger picture before opening your mouth. I think about it, how many times have you said something in the heat of the moment that you later regretted? How many relationships have been damaged or opportunities lost because of a careless comment or a knee-jerk reaction? How much unnecessary drama and conflict could have been avoided if you had simply taken a deep breath and chosen to stay silent? That's the beauty of silence. It gives you the space to pause, to reflect, to choose your words and your actions wisely. It allows you to communicate not just with your voice, but with your presence, your body language, your energy. And it can be a powerful tool for diffusing tense situations, for preserving your own peace of mind, and for building stronger, more authentic relationships with others. So what are these 5 situations where silence is the best policy? Let's dive in and explore them together. The first situation is when you're angry or upset. We've all been there, someone says or does something that pushes our buttons, and we feel that surge of emotion rising up in our chest. Our face flushes, our heart races, and we have the overwhelming urge to lash out, to give that person a piece of our mind. But here's the thing, responding in anger rarely leads to a positive outcome. When we're in the grip of strong emotions, our judgment is clouded, and we're more likely to say things we don't mean or to escalate the situation unnecessarily. We may feel a momentary sense of satisfaction from unleashing our fury, but in the long run, it often does more harm than good. That's why when you feel yourself getting angry or upset, the best thing you can do is to take a step back and stay silent. Give yourself some time and space to calm down, to process your emotions, and to gain some perspective on the situation. Take a few deep breaths, go for a walk, or find a healthy outlet for your feelings, like journaling or exercise. And when you do feel ready to address the issue, do so from a place of calm and clarity. Choose your words carefully and focus on expressing yourself assertively but respectfully. Remember, the goal is not to win an argument or to prove a point, but to communicate effectively and to find a resolution that works for everyone involved. The second situation where silence is golden is when you're tempted to gossip or speak badly about someone. Let's face it, we've all engaged in a little bit of gossip from time to time. It can be tempting to bond with others over shared grievances or to feel a sense of superiority by putting someone else down. But gossip is a dangerous game. Not only does it erode trust and damage relationships, but it also reflects poorly on your own character. When you speak badly about someone behind their back, you're revealing more about yourself than you are about them. You're showing that you're willing to betray confidences, to judge others harshly, and to engage in petty behavior. So the next time you're tempted to join in on a gossip session or to make a snide comment about someone, pause and ask yourself, is this really necessary? Is it kind? Is it constructive? If the answer is no, then it's best to keep your mouth shut and to find a more positive topic of conversation. The third situation where silence is the way to go is when you're in the presence of someone who is grieving or going through a difficult time. When someone we care about is suffering, our first instinct is often to try to fix the problem or to offer words of comfort and advice. We want to say something, anything to ease their pain and to make them feel better. But sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is simply to be present and to listen. To sit with someone in their grief or their struggle without judgment or expectation. To offer a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on, or a hand to hold. You see, when someone is going through a tough time, they don't always need us to have all the answers or to solve their problems for them. They may just need to feel heard, understood, and supported. They may need the space to process their emotions and to find their own way forward. And that's where the power of silence comes in. By staying quiet and allowing someone to share their feelings without interruption or unsolicited advice, we're giving them a precious gift. We're showing them that we respect their journey, that we trust in their resilience, and that we're here for them no matter what. So the next time you're with someone who is grieving or going through a challenging time, resist the urge to fill the silence with platitudes or suggestions. Instead, simply be present. The fourth situation where silence is the best approach is when you're in a heated argument or a contentious debate. We've all been in those situations where emotions are running high, where opinions are clashing, and where everyone is talking over each other, trying to make their point heard. It can be tempting to jump into the fray, to raise your voice, and to try to dominate the conversation. After all, you have important things to say, and you want to make sure that your perspective is being considered. But here's the thing, when everyone is talking, no one is listening. And when no one is listening, no real communication or understanding can take place. All that happens is that everyone gets more entrenched in their own positions, more defensive and more reactive, and the chances of finding common ground or reaching a resolution diminish. That's why in a heated argument or debate, sometimes the wisest thing you can do is to stay silent and to listen. To really hear what the other person is saying, without interrupting or mentally formulating your rebuttal. To try to understand their perspective, even if you don't agree with it. By staying quiet and listening actively, you're creating the space for genuine dialogue and exchange of ideas. You're showing that you're open to learning, to considering other viewpoints, and to finding a way forward that works for everyone involved. And when you do speak, do so calmly, clearly, and respectfully. Focus on expressing your own thoughts and feelings rather than attacking or blaming others. The fifth and final situation where silence is the best policy is when you're in doubt or unsure of what to say. We've all had those moments where we're put on the spot, where someone asks us a question or makes a comment that catches us off guard. Our mind goes blank, and we feel pressure to say something, anything, to fill the awkward silence. But here's the thing, there's no shame in admitting that you don't have all the answers or that you need some time to think before responding. In fact, it's a sign of great wisdom and self-awareness to be able to say, I don't know. Or I need to give that some more thought before I can give you a full answer. You see, we live in a culture that values quick thinking, decisive action, and the ability to always have something to say. But sometimes the most intelligent and thoughtful response is to stay silent, to take a step back, and to give yourself the time and space you need to process information and to formulate a considered opinion. By embracing silence in moments of doubt or uncertainty, you're showing that you value accuracy over speed, substance over style. You're demonstrating that you're willing to be vulnerable, to admit what you don't know, and to seek out more information or perspectives before making a judgment or taking a stand. And when you do speak, your words will carry more weight and credibility because they'll be coming from a place of genuine reflection and understanding rather than from a knee-jerk reaction or a desire to sound smart or in control. So the next time you find yourself in a situation where you're not sure what to say, take a deep breath, and give yourself permission to be silent. To take a moment to gather your thoughts, to ask clarifying questions, or to simply say, I need some time to think about that before I can give you a full response. Remember, silence is not a weakness or a failing. It's a sign of strength, of self-awareness, and of a commitment to speaking and acting with integrity and authenticity.